Previously on VCR Party Live.
Well, the Rejuvenate face mask, I asked Nick if he would put a Rejuvenate on each one of his ass cheeks. And he said yes, miraculously. Yep. And then Nick, see, I suggested he get a jock strap.
Do I have cellulite? Actually, the tape hurt the worst because it's going against my leg hair.
We'll see what hurts the worst.
This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm sitting down on.
So here's what we're going to do for my birthday. I turned 43. Today, I'm going to zap Nick 43 times on his ass using the Rejuvenate.
So what you want for your birthday is just see me writhing around in pain?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, take these things coming out of my crotch.
This is the pulsation control.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Two. All right, there's two.
Okay,
Really?
2, 3, 4, 5. It's
really?
going.
Oh,
Yeah,
it keeps
yeah.
going?
It's going.
For real?
Yes.
You're not acting.
I'm not acting.
So sing me happy birthday while you're getting zapped.
Don't go. Oh, you went up to 10. Happy birthday to you. You're at the highest level. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's okay. That's it.
Really?
That's it. Yeah, turn it off.
Which button is it?
I got it.
Let's just do a how old are you?
How old are you?
I didn't hit start yet.
It started.
Did it?
Yeah, I felt it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Shut it
All
off.
right.
I'm cutting off your privileges if you don't stop it when I tell you to stop it. Jesus Christ.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they found. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Hello, Melinda.
Hey, everybody.
VCR Party Live Tuesday night. We're partying. We're watching VHS tapes. We have 13. We have probably 14,000 now after last weekend.
Yeah.
14,000 VHS tapes. We're trying to watch every single one of them on this show. We're 41% of the way through. I'm Joe. There's Nick. There's George. There's Steve. Boy, Nick, we loaded up last weekend in Toronto and Buffalo and where else were we? Detroit. Whoa.
I'll say, yeah, man. Everybody brought us tapes. We found a few, but I mean, just people brought boxes and bags of VHS tapes for us.
Let me show you some of the ones. So I'm going to show you the Canada ones that we got, the Canadian tapes that we got first. This one, Wayne Gretzky's Train to Win. I think like 78% of VHS tapes there are Wayne Gretzky based.
Mm-hmm.
Here's hockey, the offside of hockey. Okay, and then here's hilarious hockey bloopers. It's mostly hockey videos.
Yep. It's
there.
like how we find cricket bloopers when we're in England, and that's kind of it.
Right. Did you find anything? You got anything with you?
Yeah,
Nick?
yep. Just some, I don't know, slightly disturbing cover here. Well, not slightly. I mean, that's just full on disturbing.
It looks like
Ferry Park.
It looks like Sloth's children from Goonies.
Oh, good call.
I mean, it's like they're wearing masks of human skin or something. Terrible. This was appropriately found in Toronto. It's today's special, 60 minutes of fun. It's a 3-hour tape, though. That's the only thing. And then remember the classic Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson courtroom drama.
Oh, A Few Good Men?
Yep. Here we go. This is a doll-making video.
You can't handle the doll.
A Few Good Men.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah.
I got a few more over here too. Just 3. These are non-Canadian. How to Catch Pickerel.
Oh, looks good.
Walleye.
Handsome.
In parentheses. They could have just called it walleye.
Yeah.
You know, nobody calls it pickerel. This one, actually, we got this one in Canada. I think Brandon gave us this one. Far East Mysteries.
Oh yes, that looks good. Yeah.
Yes, he said it's good too. And this is like a photo that he cut out and pasted to this. He says it's really good. It's all rope tricks. And here's a real good one. Maria and Marabella. Look at that. A cartoon cover with 2 children looking up at
I believe we got that from the WOC archive and Ride at the Movies guys. Who?
Oh yeah, we visited
Toronto.
their Eyesore Cinema. They gave us way
Wow.
too many tapes, I would say.
We got stopped at the border with all those VHS tapes and really had no good explanation.
No,
So.
we did not.
Wait, hey, just one more.
For the last 20 years.
Yeah, basically not for our careers at all.
Yeah.
This was one that I guess the grandfather. I don't know if they passed away or they're going through his stuff and they found his, which they referred to as his spank bank, which is a term I don't like, but this was as labeled by their grandfather. Boobs, boxes, and bums. So I'm afraid to put this one in, but I'm sure it's well worn and yeah. So
Nick, okay, I got
You're gonna do it,
huh?
but for the show, he's gonna do it. He's afraid to put it in, but for the show,
yeah, here it's labeled my grandpa's spank bank right there. So.
Nick, okay, so would you rather use the term
Alan Zach? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Would you rather use the term orgasmic casually around your parents 12 times in one calendar year? You can space it out. You can do one a month for 12, or you can do them all in like one over Christmas. You could do them all then, or spank bank 12 times in one calendar year.
I'd go orgasmic because I could just be like, oh, the sandwich is orgasmic, or something like that. I think I could hide that better. But
now, same question, but to your grandma, who might not know
what spank bank means.
She definitely knows what orgasmic is, but she might not know what spank bank is. Would you switch to spank bank for your grandma?
This is a great question. My grandma just turned 98 and a half. And I'm going to stick with orgasmic for that one.
Really?
Yeah,
how would you use that in a sentence to your grandma?
This is a show where we show VHS tapes, pick out the funny parts. And show
the most
them to you.
orgasmic VHS tapes we can find.
Yeah. So put this next one in your spank bank. It's a found footage festival classic. Steve.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
It's May, and you know what the tradition is in May? We have to show Kirk's 40th birthday.
That's, May 1992 was that was the label on this home movie we found in Marshfield, Wisconsin.
No, our buddy Nate found it at a Salvation Army, in Marshfield, and he gave it to us. It was one of our first tapes. It was in Volume 1. It's a home movie of Kirk and his buddies and his attention-starved kids, and they're celebrating Kirk's birthday. We think, what is he now, 74?
He turned 40 in 92, so
so 74. He must be 74.
Is that math right, George?
Nope.
Oh, what is it? 72?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
But somebody just said 74.
Nick did.
No. Joe said 74. It's 72.
Oh.
All right, but it's happy 72nd birthday to Kirk. Let's
Yep. Here's that home movie, Kirk's 40th birthday.
Highlight it under these lines here.
Kirk on the right.
We got Bob's birthday presents over there. Yeah. Yeah, payback time, huh, buddy? The whole freaking store. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, guys, how the fuck you doing, man, over there? Close in, close in. All right, a little bit closer. Look, we got to make it work like it's worthwhile, you know?
I think he and his buddies have the same sense of humor now. Or do you think it's sort of okay?
Do you think it's evolved to more of a?
I don't know about evolved, but just maybe like less sexual at 72 than it was. I don't know.
I would say more sexual, if anything. I mean, just look at that grandpa's tape.
Yeah.
There goes Kirk on his birthday, pushing his scooter. Finally got the fucker running.
What is that kid's shirt? Is it like
I've tried to analyze it. I hit the enhance button, and I still have not been able to figure it out.
I'm guessing it's Miami Mice, is what I'm guessing.
Wow, it does kind of look like a car, a pink car. Or something.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's a racing thing, but
that's why I'm thinking Miami Mice.
They also want to drag a couple rugrats.
Ooh, it's windy out. Excuse me.
The guy quit smoking.
Hey, Bob, check this out.
One way to eat a popsicle, I guess.
It's gonna be a long show. I can tell.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Did you see the little boy's hand went in to pinch the nipple, and then his name must have been Lee, because you always hear the mom always yelling Lee, like don't Lee.
Lee got hollered at.
Yeah.
Make a wish, yeah.
We're going back.
Okay, so this is the end of the tape. We very rarely show this. They're in the car now.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah.
Home now. We left your party. We had an excellent fucking time.
Yeah, really.
Hey, I can't even open the grill. Hey, wait. When you're cool, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day, man. That's why I wear these shades. I'll be back. I feel so lonely, and I know I'm not the only one.
Okay, so Nick, you you did some research after because we watched that video 1,000 times, and he makes three references in there.
Yeah, 3 in a row. And I mean, I worked at McDonald's, and my managers and coworkers spoke in entirely movie and commercial references.
Yeah.
That was just how they spoke. So that I identified with that, and I found the references and then strung them together.
Let's watch it. Here are all 3 references in a row.
When you're cool, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day, man. That's why I wear these shades.
Now I don't know what that one's from, but we'll watch it in a second. But I didn't know what that one was from.
I'll be back.
Know that one.
I feel so lonely, and I know I'm not the only one.
Okay, Nick, do you remember what the first one was?
My Science Project, Fisher Stevens.
Why do you wear sunglasses at night?
Because when you're cool, the sun shines on you 24 hours a day.
I'll be back.
I think that was Extreme, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Extremely got a few pennies from tonight's episode. It was worth it, guys.
Yeah,
so happy 72nd birthday. Hey, I wanted to mention that we have one of our favorite guests is on tonight. Mike Sachs, a New York Times best-selling author, got a new book out called, and here's the kicker, Interviews with Comedy Legends in here. Incredible interviews. And
I have the first book, and the first book is so good. He talks to all the best writers, and it's just like Onion writers and TV writers, comedy writers.
Yeah, there's Poking a Dead Frog was another one. And Mike's the best. We've had him on before, and he's from Maryland. And I think like us with Wisconsin, both makes fun of Maryland, but also deeply loves it. And so I thought he would be the perfect guest to go through and help us pick out Maryland's official state jingle tonight.
Yeah, Andy brought on some funny books. He's a collector of funny books, and we have a couple funny books to show him too. So let's see. Steve, you selling out to anybody?
I am selling out. This is another creative Melinda. I'm selling out to Daniel Snoke, who's promoting his YouTube channel, Rave Sensation. It's a channel of him showing off books and comics from his collection. It covers comics from the undergrounds to the latest indie publications and books that cover classic illustrators and latest pop culture. I've watched it. It's really, really cool, really, really fun. Hold on, let me see. That's Daniel and his books. There's it. And it's great. He did one on magazine dummy number 1, The Art of Pee-wee's Playhouse. I picked this one because, Nick, I thought you'd love it. But it's great. It has interviews with Gary Painter, Wayne White. And, he goes through the magazine. It's out of print now, or I think they're going to have a second run of it.
Second printing, yeah.
Yeah, because he goes through and he shows you what's in it and he talks about it. And he's so knowledgeable, whether it's this, he did, that's the, another one. Great Spanish comics. There's a lot of them are very sexual, Nick. I don't know if you're into that, but
all right.
The oddest comics, like it's just a lot of, I'm a comics fan, but I don't know the underground scene. I don't know a lot of this stuff. And I thought it was really, really cool. A lot of horror stuff and a lot of amazing artists. So if you're into that, or even if you want to just learn something, it's kind of like going to a museum. It's like this guy goes through, he's got a lot of stuff in storage, brings it out, and he's constantly rotating. And it is a really cool and a lot of fun. So I highly suggest it. And once again, let me get back to it is Dan Snoke on YouTube, and it is called rave sensation. So
It
please,
sounds like he really appreciates nice things. He's a lover of nice things, and
He is.
I like people who
and,
like.
and
nice
he likes
things.
to share. Like he's not trying to
Yeah.
make money off of it or anything like that. Like he's just out there because it's something that he's so passionate about, and you get it, and he's so knowledgeable about. So if this is something you're into, please check it out. And huge fan of the found footage. Like that's why he wanted to sell out, just because he's such a fan of you guys. He hasn't been to a show since before COVID, but I just the way he talks, and he's very, very passionate. So.
Cool dude. All
Yeah,
right,
really-
support
really
the
good
Melindas who support us.
Support the
And only
Melindas.
2 flubs in there. I believe you called Comics Chronics, and you said Gary Panter was Gary Painter. But just for the record, keeping tabs, but not too bad. For
It's a B+.
Well,
I'd
listen.
give him a B+ on that one.
As long as you guys don't get Wayne doing it, because she is so thorough when she tracks things that I could not take that if she was tracking my flubs.
Oh,
Do you count that
That's
freeze?
crazy.
Did he freeze for you just a moment ago?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that a
I count it
flub?
as a. Yeah, I count
Yeah.
it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think my wife's printing something, so I think that might be what I'm gonna blame it. I'm gonna blame it on her.
All right, so we got some. Oh, by the way, the full version of Kirk's 40th birthday is up on our Rewindo service, which you could sign up for. That's our version of Netflix, which you can sign up for on our website. And we're adding new stuff all the time. Kirk's the full version up there.
And pristine.
Yeah.
Brand
new capture of it. They watch a lot of ZZ Top videos and smoke weed, and it's a good party tape.
And tonight on Rewindo, we are having the 20th anniversary show that we did at the Bell House. That we had Martin Carlton come; he's a guest on it, and
Richard
McSee.
McSee,
Yeah, McSee showed up. So that's all on there. It's on Rewindo exclusively. So hop over to there and check it out.
Let's get into some flying windows, and then we'll bring Mike out.
All
found
right.
some, Joe, right?
Yeah, I got one this week. So our buddy Johnny, who helped us edit some of our, I think Volume 5, Volume 4 found footage shows, he's one of those people who's obsessed with Dennis Swanberg. He loves Swanberg, the
Christian comedian or impressionist, I guess, too, right?
comedian, and but he's the funny preacher, and he does a lot of impressions too. And he got a hold of a bunch of tapes, and he sent me this 8-minute cut of all Swanberg, and it's so good. I'm just going to show a little bit, but it kicks off with Flying Windows. So here it is, Dennis Swanberg, and the really, you'll never see Flying Windows with this much mugging. Look at all the mugging in these Flying Windows.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from a very good airline seat, an excellent prayer.
Even the intro.
Our special guest and my friend of 24 years is known as America's Minister of Encouragement, the rich little of the clergy, the doctor of a merry heart that doeth good like a medicine. By way of Fort Worth, Austin, Baylor University, Southwestern Baptist.
What do you think of these Flying Windows? They're kind of meandering. They're
I think
ambling.
They're heavily bordered. I think James Brown had a shorter intro than this guy. I mean, this is insane.
This theological seminary, welcome Dr. Dennis Swanberg, the Swan.
Doctor.
Now, this is Johnny's edit.
Oh, so that's his zoom in.
Yeah, this is he had some fun with this edit.
Okay.
There's the language of laughter. There's the language of gab. It's biblical. Amarillo by morning. All my exes live in Texas. Is your love tank full, or are you loving on empty? My little wife, my little woman, my little honey love, 4'11" going to heaven. I mean, she's a good-looking woman. I mean, when I see her, I just start a sort of an unknown tongue, But anyhow, I get excited when I see my little honey and think about.
Think about his laugh, Mike.
I didn't see it.
We'll see it on the wide shot.
Oh, there it is.
Pretty inconspicuous. You'd never know it was there.
It's like a handheld attached to his chest.
And why wouldn't you? Yeah, put it on like a lapel or something like that, like dead center.
Yeah.
Think about my little honey. As Ross Perot would say, it's the biggest sucking sound I have ever heard in my life. I mean, man, when she puts her foot on the feet, I mean, the sheiks out there in the Middle East are going, aha, yeah, yes, yes, yes. I mean,
Ooh, upside down. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
No, Johnny had some fun.
Johnny,
so,
nice.
yeah, that's part one. We're going to do 2 more parts in the next coming week. So, nice work, Johnny.
All right, well, let's before we play the Raviolis intro, I just want to say that we're going to bring out Mike Sachs, otherwise known as America's Minister of Encouragement.
Are we playing Ravioli segment, or are we playing the Maryland?
Oh, let's play state jingles. Yeah. Sorry.
State, Commonwealth, state, Commonwealth, state, Jingles.
Mike
Hey, it's Mike Sachs.
It's good to have you back, buddy.
The Rich Little of Maryland. Here I am. That guy was terrific, by the way.
Oh, there's so much more.
You'd appreciate that, Swanberg. Yeah.
Love mincing about like he's so cute.
Did you ever interview Swanberg for any of your books?
No, I couldn't get to him.
No, you couldn't get him. Okay,
he was a tough get.
Put him on your list.
He's on my bucket list. That's
It looks like you're wearing his lav mic, though. That's a little
dead center every night.
All right, cool. So we want to get into. You're from Maryland. We want to get into the Maryland State Jingles, but we got some business to take care of up top here.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to do is remember, what was it, like 2 years ago? We did the Songathon, and you came down for like.
That was 2 years ago. Holy,
I don't know. It feels like it. I don't know.
Wow.
My brain kind of erased that out of my brain. So.
Yeah, I had been a follower of his for years and years, and actually I attempted to reach out to him to interview him, and I reached him by phone down in Georgia, but he was on some sort of I think he's I don't want to say, but he's either very excited or very sad. He was very excited when I got through to him, and he was going on and on. I really couldn't get through to him, and he ended up hanging up on me, not out of rudeness. He was just very excited. So I never did interview him.
All right.
Okay, so he's out there somewhere. He
is out there somewhere, yeah. Each of the videos, you can see him moving to a progressively smaller household. So at this point, God knows where he's at. I don't know where he is.
The backgrounds tell a story for sure with Songer. So Tim Herod puts these together for me, and this particular one, he had it's a Daniel Songer TED Talk. So here it is.
That's the framing device.
Yep. A Daniel Songer TED Talk. Here we go.
Please note that this is the internet world and everything is crazy in the internet world. We get downright and freaky, man. He's the freak, the freak, the freak. Yeah, he's the freak, the freak, the freak. Yeah, he's the freak. I am the freak, man. I get downright freaky. But hey, man, I want you to know that if you've ever heard a question that would be like totally blow your mind, all right? This is like the #1 question of your whole life, you know? You're going into a job interview and you're meeting with the vice president of the company, and he says, son, we're gonna have to do a urine analysis on you. Do you mind? And I'm like, whoa, urine analysis, man. The guy wants my urine, man. He wants to do a urine analysis. And I'm like, man, well, how do you answer a question like that today, And immediately I come back and say, well, sir, I'm going to need to get advice from an attorney. And I'll respond back to you on the advice of my attorney. And the guy's like, Daniel, we just want your urine, man. He's like, he wants my pee. He wants it. The letter P is now in his hand. Well, I mean, man, the guy wants my urine. He's going to do a urine analysis.
So there it is. There's his TED Talk. It's about technological overreach.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Unpack away. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's actually nothing to unpack. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's never really worth unpacking. But
No.
he's still one of the most polarized. I think people have gotten used to me doing it monthly now at this point. But George, I'm curious about you. Like, you were anti-songer for so long. Have you come around in the 3-4 years I've been playing songer?
No, I think it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's not the fun answer for a live YouTube show, but so maybe I'll change it. Yeah, he's.
No, we want honesty here. We want your honest opinion.
I remember how miserable he looked at that live event 2 years ago. I mean, absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got to do it again because we only did the odd numbers last time. We got to do the even numbers this time. So
There's hours more of this.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
About
I'm there.
14.
All right,
I
this
am
summer.
there.
Maybe you'll get Stockholm syndrome and you'll fall in love with them next time.
That would be an unusual turn of events.
Well, that's what people tune in for. Mike, you also Joe talked about you collect books, a lot of novelizations of movies. What have you curated any for us tonight?
Yes, I have a bunch. Let's start off with a novelization, and this is a book I read when it not when it first came out, but I found it in a used bookstore. Absolutely fell in love with it. Then had to find the movie, which is not easy. It's on VHS, but not easy to find. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
That's the book version.
This is the book version. It came out the
Wow.
same day the movie was released. Very hard to find. But I love the cover. It looks like an early Cracked magazine.
Oh yeah, Is it the same artist as
It is actually.
Okay.
So-
No, is that the novelization of the movie then? Or
It's
is
the
that
novelization based on the script, exactly. So
Got it.
the script was not based on a book that was excerpted in the New Yorker or any other place. I am collecting recipe books at this time, and this is one I just bought. White Trash Cooking. My wife comes from a white trash background, and this is my favorite recipe. Have you guys ever had cooter pie, the Hunter's Delight?
Hunter's Delight. No.
You know what? And then they have mock cooter soup. Now, cooter is a freshwater river turtle you can find down south. I've never had it myself.
Wait,
but
it's a turtle?
It's a turtle, freshwater turtle.
Okay.
I love books with grammatical.
Is it vegan? Do you know if it's vegan?
Is most definitely not vegan.
Oh, it's not vegan.
Even the
Not even-
mock
even
cooter is
mock?
not vegan.
Oh no.
Nick, you can't eat turtle when you're vegan?
No, cooter free for over 30 years.
Anything with a cooter face, you're not allowed to eat.
Nope, exactly.
So I love books with grammatical mistakes, especially in the title. And this one has it. This is called Street of Hose, and they put that apostrophe in there for absolutely no reason. I once posted this on Instagram and got a bunch of negative comments that it was racist, but actually, it's very much not racist. It's a very positive look at the streets of the hose on the streets in the 1970s.
Oh,
Possessive hose. Yeah.
That's right. Now, this is a book. It's a great publishing line called Beeline, and they did a lot of dirty books that were sold in Times Square for those who like to read going in for these dirty books. This is called Tommy's Lustful Aunt, but it's the back of it that I love. This is the synopsis. Aunt Rona always lends Tommy her bed when his horny young girlfriends come to play because she's guaranteed a piece of the action with ripe teenage snatch each and every day.
It's a show about VHS tapes.
Well, not tonight. It's not.
No,
that makes
make
you want to
exception.
read. It makes you want to read more. I think that's.
Do we have time for more books?
Yeah, I want more.
Guess who's Jewish? You'll never guess.
Let's see who's in
Three
there.
Stooges? I knew that.
Did you know that Woody Allen was Jewish?
What?
What?
Since when?
I'm not done.
Okay.
Joan Rivers?
Really?
What?
Did you have any? I had no idea.
No. That's why you buy the book.
Bob Dylan is Jewish.
Huh? Oh
Wow.
man, some real deep cuts there.
And Elliot Gould sat on my grandparents' coffee table for years down in North Lauderdale, Florida. And they would give it to me every time I came down. It was next to the M&M and the chocolate nips bowl. This is a book that I found in Portland, Oregon. I remember where I was when I found it. This is a book about a woman and a gorilla who fall in love on a deserted island.
Oh, is it good?
Can I read you a little excerpt?
Yeah,
Please.
let's hear.
The mind of a gorilla is the mind of a gorilla, but the mind of a gorilla that has drunk woman's milk is the mind of a gorilla that has drunk woman's milk. It is conditioned not only by the heredity of the forest, but by circumstances that are human. It goes on from there. It's a very romantic book.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Hot stuff.
And I have a huge boner.
Pre-internet, they would have dating books in each city. This is Cleveland Men.
Oh my God.
And
who's available? Who's probably still single for us?
Well, Tom Jeffries for one. Take a look at this catch.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
This tall drink of water.
Is it just
Now-
a bunch of men in there?
Right. This is a man hugging a fire.
Stanley Cup there.
Stanley Cup. Yeah. So they have, and there's always one. There's a few of these in the these era
Oh, he looks
jackets.
approachable. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this
Yeah,
is
members
my
only.
favorite.
Looks
This
like
is
he's
pretty
a-
hot. Look at this guy,
Oh yeah, sign me up.
Tom Castano.
Yeah.
Now, this is a serious book, serious in that it's actually incredible. It's very, very difficult to find. There was a writer for SNL named Don Novello. You're probably familiar with him. He wrote a lot of classic sketches, including Cheeseburger, and my favorite sketch, The Scotch Boutique. Do you remember that sketch?
Yeah. And
He was also Father
Guido
Guido Sarducci, and did the letters to various people that he published their responses, including Richard Nixon. But he put out this book called The Blade. Have you heard of this?
No, I didn't know this one.
It is a book that consists, it's a fake high school yearbook that only consists of photographs of lambs.
Wow.
And it's called Blade.
Look at this. It's just
wow.
Oh, it's
Brilliant.
genius.
now the last I checked, it was over $200 on Amazon. I'm not even sure, like the Blade staff. This is the newspaper they would have. Pretty ingenious.
Wow.
Was there anything
I
about
want
what
a
happens
copy.
when they drink human milk?
No, that was in Tommy's Lustful Aunt.
Oh,
right.
that's right. Okay. Yeah,
Get those
whatever.
confused.
Yeah.
I love books about people you didn't know existed, and I didn't know this was a category. But there are people out there who don't know they're dead.
People who don't know they're dead.
Right.
Some say George is one of them.
Yeah. Here I am.
Is it
like a whole-
fiction? Nonfiction?
Oh, it's very much nonfiction, which brings me to my next book. There is a group of people who are living in the center of the earth, and they're called the under people. And this is nonfiction that came out in the 70s. This came out around the time of all those, the UFOs and the Bigfoot. And this is something I had never heard about until I saw it in a Maine bookstore. They live within the center of the earth.
No, I was trying to tell Nick about this last weekend. He just wouldn't listen.
Huh.
Yeah. I was
Nick, you're normally
of that one.
skeptical about
Channeling, I believe in.
One of my favorite authors is from the 70s and 80s. His name is Jack W. Thomas. He used to work as a probation officer in California. Then he turned to writing about bad teenagers. Very, very difficult books to find. They're incredible, though. If you can find them, I'm surprised that Quentin Tarantino didn't do a movie based on this. This is my favorite one. This is High School Pusher, and it's incredibly blue. It's the savage novel of a teenager's first trip into hard drugs and far out sex. How great is that cover right there?
Oh,
That's
wow.
Great.
Yeah. That's a great cover.
That sounds
And here's
like
my
a
last
picture.
book. I've never seen anything like this. This is the earliest example of someone that I found self-publishing their own memoir. A guy named Flanders in New England had a local newspaper write about him. He did the accounting at a chemical firm. He then bought a bunch of newspapers, seemingly, and cut out the article, pasted it himself into these books, and then sold them. This is the only copy I could find, and it just consists of this mediocre article about this guy who worked as an accountant at a chemical company and I can tell you nothing of interest happened in his life.
Now, did you actually read that? You read the whole thing?
I did. I mean, it's only 30 pages or so, but I love the self-spin, the promotion, the fact that he put it out himself. I mean, you can envision boxes of these books in his basement waiting to be sold, and how it ended up in a bookstore in Maryland, I have no idea.
I want to
God
find
bless.
that box. I want that box.
We were on a road trip. We went to a Flying J truck stop. We would always stop at those, and we
Yep.
found they had probably 100 unsold "The Story of Flying J" books that they commissioned somebody to write.
They wanted like $30 for it too.
Yeah.
We were always thinking about getting it, but it was like $30, and we're like, no way.
I'm fascinated by the career writers, the journeymen who take on a job like that. I mean, that's old school writing where you're literally writing to eat, and they take on this gig for probably $5,000.
Yeah.
That's the story that interests me. I mean, they're like the novelization writers of the 60s and 70s. Like, where did these guys come from?
Yeah. With the Flying J book, I remember just one time I wasn't going to buy it, but I brought it up to the counter and I was like, do you guys ever actually sell any of these? And she's like, no, we keep them stocked. Not at all. She goes, in fact, if you want that, you can have it. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I was like, can Nick have one too? And she's like, sure, take as many as you want. I just want to get rid of them. Yeah. So if you go to Flying J, odds are they'll give you the book.
And what is it like? How is it?
Boring, really
Dry.
boring. We read the whole thing like on a long car ride.
Some photos. Yeah.
Who was the founder of Flying J?
Jeremiah Flying J.
Yep.
He was.
Yep.
Yeah.
The book says somewhere in there, but
my brain didn't retain that though. I want to show you two books.
Oh, you got books? Okay.
Yeah. There's two books that Melendez have sent us. This one, Bob Hedges sent this one. Of course he did. It's it's self-published. What are we?
Hi, everybody.
What are we? There we are. It's called Aged Urine, and this guy he really thinks that aged urine is like a healing, medical breakthrough.
He looks fabulous.
This is my first book, and hopefully a seminal piece exclusively devoted Roe, the power of aged urine. Your own free medicine.
Uppercase, aged urine, as if champagne.
May it bless with you and good health. I love you, Harry. That's how I'm going to sign off from every VCR party now.
Harry, the aged urine expert.
But this book it's just the tiniest font too, for most of it. But then the last few pages, Mike, I'm going to give this to you when I see you next.
Please.
So this page, it just says, what does it say there? Can you see?
My Facebook, Harry Matatine.
Yeah, that's his Facebook is there, and then up here. Is that his email?
His email.
Email's on that page, and then there's something else.
Huh?
Something else over there.
I'm surprised his email wasn't urine related.
All right, and then we have the insult dictionary. This just showed up. I don't know who gave us this.
I don't know either.
But this one is good. So they're more like just mean-spirited jabs at people. But they have one for like if you're in the laundromat, like here are some things, or at the shoe store, here are some insults you can say. No, here's the laundromat one. But then you can say it in all different kinds of languages, So you can. So then they have the zinger over here. At the laundry, you can say, those smelly rags aren't mine, and they tell you how to say it in German. You could say, don't you use soap? Can't you count? That would be good. Can't you count?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not hard enough to work at a laundromat anyway. You got to hear this shit when someone walks in.
Especially a German laundromat.
Yeah,
the conditions
that
there.
is horrible.
Oh, here's a good one at the shoe store. I haven't got 2 left feet, you fool. What a great insult.
Any insults for your cardiologist?
Oh, I'm sure there are. Yeah, there's got to be.
Oh, man, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one for the taxi driver. Not so fast, you idiot.
Oh, that's safe. That's a good idea.
When you're captive in someone's
That's
car.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to give you those.
I got big jingle news by way to transition into our Maryland State jingles. We got an email, I think yesterday, from Megan and Scott. And Megan has had an alert on eBay looking for a jingle. We already done our home state of Wisconsin state jingles. And I believe in that episode we talked about one that we couldn't track down, but it was for auto glass specialists. And the tagline was, "We're the guys in the little red trucks." And for some reason, a friend of ours, Dan, would say, "We're the guys with the little red dicks." And that just became like...
Well, the reason he says because it's hilarious.
Because it's funny. Yeah, that's why I said it. And so we've said that, and now people have referenced that. I forgot we talked about that on the show. But we couldn't find the jingle. Well, guess what? Here it is. This is historic. Mark it on your calendar. Megan found it on a reel of old tapes,
Finally.
From Madison in 1994. So here it is. Hope it lives up to the hype.
We've been waiting for this day.
It doesn't matter how it shatters. Who repairs it does.
Auto glass specialist with the guys in the little red truck.
That's it.
They're the guys with the little red
fantastic.
dicks.
I'm not sure. I'm confused as to what just happened. Did a body get locked in the trunk?
Yeah, that's what happened. Somehow, yeah, they had an off-screen glass shattering. I guess they couldn't afford to do that part.
But it looks like they couldn't shut the door to begin with. They had trouble doing that.
Well, I think that's what happened. He tried to shut the door, he couldn't.
Oh.
He slammed the door, glass shatters. Now he needs to
I
the little red
see.
dicks.
They could have gone with a sound effect or something. Yeah.
Something to help you along.
Yeah, well, keep playing it, Nick, because the little
It
red
doesn't
trucks.
matter how it shatters. Who repairs it does.
Auto glass specialist.
It looks like a hearse.
In the little red truck.
It's like more of a hearse that comes to help you.
Well, and Scott, who sent this to us, also mentioned that the copyright on where the guys with the little red trucks is now free. So we could copyright that as our slogan if we wanted to.
I'm calling up Anderson, our attorney, and this is going to be ours now. Let's take it.
Was this the attorney in the documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's copyright. He's a copyright attorney. So yeah, this is as good as ours now.
He's terrific.
Yeah.
My theory is that the kid faked the glass breaking so that the guys with the little red dicks would come and make his dick look larger by comparison.
And less red.
Yes.
Less red.
Good point.
Yeah. It's the only
Okay.
it's the only explanation of what happened as I can read it from the
No, I could see that subtext in there. Yeah. Now that you say it. Yeah.
Right. Well, let's get into the Maryland State jingles. George, you took ones that Mike suggested. You took ones that other of our viewers have sent in, and
Yes.
curated down to what you think are the best. 8 or so jingles?
I have 7 here. There was a bumper crop. There was a bumper crop of Maryland State jingles sent in by Mike, Ivy Donnell, Bob Kohler, Trevor Ziegler, and Nick Arthur. And there were a lot
Mike,
of.
do you know them?
I don't know, but I would love to meet him. I love
from
anyone
Maryland.
who love any Marylander.
Okay.
And they, let's see, there was a lot of overlap. I should mention up top that I did not include Levitt's Furniture or Giant Supermarkets because they were regional. I was familiar with those from suburban Pennsylvania.
All right. Yeah.
You love it at Levitt's.
Yes, because there were people already in the comments saying, I'm already voting for Levitt's, and I know they're...
You had to disqualify it
Yes.
on technical reasons. I see. Okay.
So
Well, I feel like Menards won for Wisconsin, but Menards is in, Minnesota. It's in Illinois.
Well, you're going to have to reopen that anyway because of that jingle. So I don't,
That's
okay,
true.
so here we go. We're going to get started with some Maryland jingles here. I have some famous Marylanders.
Oh, John
to help us
Aston?
out. Yes, John Aston, Hasselhoff. In the upper right, who's that?
Who is that on the upper
It's
right?
Howlin' Mad Murdoch, Dwight Schultz.
Oh.
Wow. I didn't watch
Lieutenant-
A-Team.
Lieutenant Barkley on Star Trek: The Next Generation. But and of course Judah Freelander, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know he was from Maryland. He's a great guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So okay, this is the first one. This is the Maryland Lottery. You got to play to win. Classic jingle.
If you want to win the Maryland Weekly Lottery, you'll just have to buy some tickets in the Weekly Lottery. That's what Henry Taylor did.
You gotta play it, the Maryland Lottery. You gotta play it to win. You gotta play it, the Maryland Lottery. You gotta play it to win. You just take the fortune by the hand. We've got a great lottery in Maryland. You gotta play it, you gotta play it. You gotta play to win.
Wow.
I mean, we're starting off with a bang.
That's strong. That's a strong
good
start.
jingle.
Yeah.
And I saw that in the comments section. That was an actual winner and his family. In the comments section was I think the daughter or granddaughter of that elderly gentleman who was saying, "Hey, that's my like aunt, my mom."
Actual winner.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember seeing that one, Mike?
I do, very much so. And there was one that I have on the tapes that I gave you guys that you cannot find anywhere. It's a infamous racist Maryland lottery. They show basically that, and then they cut to a gentleman selling flowers and who's supposed to represent Hispanics. And he says, "Yee, the look on the Hispanics."
Oh no!
Oh boy!
Now that's on the tape. If you can dig that up, on
We
those
got to
tapes,
digitize those. I still have. Yeah, there's.
please
I gotta
do
go through
that.
those. Yeah.
Is that part of a, is that part of a jingle, or will the racist tournament be a different night?
Oh no, that was not. That was at the end of the jingle.
Okay. All right. Well,
No, our tournament of racism is during sweeps week.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that's that. What do you guys think?
I'm for it. I think it's a strong start. I like it. It's a toe tapper. Yep.
Positive.
I like it. I like
Now,
it.
Major chord.
Here's some trivia. Niels Lofgren, who's from the area, wrote Jingles, and one of the I don't know if he wrote that one. It sounds like he could have, but
he wrote the next one.
Okay, good.
About this show.
Nice.
This is for June
Ree
Taekwondo, the great song that was first seen on season 1 of VCR Party Live. That's where I first saw it. Yes, and I saw that fact, and it blew me away. So here we go.
When you take Junery self-defense, then you too can say, nobody bothers me, nobody bothers me. Call USA 1000, Junery means might for right.
Nobody buys me. Nobody buys me either.
So
I have
apparently that
some
was
more
his actual
trivia.
children.
Those were his actual kids. He was an interesting guy. He came from Korea, South Korea, and did incredibly well in the DC area. Everyone knew him to the point where one of his early clients was Joe Biden.
Really?
What?
And he was good friends. He was good friends with Bruce Lee, famous guy in the area, and they actually wrote up a big obituary for him when he passed away. But he was an immigrant from Korea who came over and didn't speak a word of English and did incredibly well.
Oh wow! And has a great jingle.
That's my early favorite because I've had that song in my head since we first played it. Somebody sent it to us
That's Niels Lofgren. He wrote that.
And
incredible.
It's amazing that most jingles are pretty much like a 1-4-5 chord progression. They're all pretty much the same pop, but that was a very weird chord change in the middle, and probably the most advanced of any jingle we've seen musicologically.
Did June Ree sing it? Is
No,
that his?
no.
Okay.
But it's definitely his kids in the end, and that's what everyone knew. We would say that on the playgrounds, and that's how everyone remembered the advertisement. That was the real memory hook right there.
Right. Yeah, that's my front runner so far.
Yeah.
Same.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's gonna be tough to beat that one.
We've got a strong bench here. Stephen L. Miles, Maryland Law. Let's talk about it.
Stephen L. Miles, let's talk about it. You want an attorney who works hard, an attorney who cares. You want an attorney who understands. For over 20 years we've been there. Call Steve Miles if you've been injured. Get all the facts, not just what you've heard. Stephen L. Miles,
Your hand off me.
about it.
Step aside, June Ree. There's a new jingle in town.
And that's the sort of jingle you love. That's
like my favorite kind right there. And just the video
big,
too.
Bold,
I do. Yeah, I do. But I also
chicken.
like the video of just like the boring attorney getting work done and folding folders and like writing and signing things. That's my favorite. That's the winner.
So that was 410. That was Baltimore. That was north of where I live. But little known fact, this guy, he became a Supreme Court justice for a little while.
Really? Okay.
No, he did not become a.
I don't remember that name.
I was
Really?
the files in my brain.
Very little known Supreme Court judge.
I know.
Just a week.
Thomas,
I think he did Baltimore. Maryland Supreme Court.
Warren
That's
Berger
right.
was out of town, and
That's right.
they
He
called him in.
tempted the Supreme
I
Court.
see. Okay.
All right.
That was a good jingle. I like that.
Yeah, that's my front runner now.
Okay, this is BG and E, Baltimore Gas and Electric. This is Do Not Touch. I love the animation.
Wires down, red alert, don't go near, you'll get hurt. Get some help, better rush, and do not touch.
BGE what is best. Call on us, that's our request.
Get some help, better rush, and do not touch. A message from BGE.
That's Jingle sounds like it was straight from Hades Town. I don't know if anyone's seen that.
But that
Sounds very Broadway.
The chomping cable is extremely memorable to me.
How common were down lines in PG County? See, I grew up in Montgomery County. I didn't grow up near there, but it must have been a common sight in PG County, just down lines that kids would approach.
It was clearly a problem, I guess.
Let's touch it.
I can't get into children singing, so I can't vote for that one.
Yeah, I think that was it was ruined forever by 1-877
cars for kids. Oh,
yeah.
That's
just
the
even
worst.
bringing that up. You should be kicked off the show, George. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, and also I think it put a lot of people off having kids because they know that there's no better contraceptive device than that song. All right, so this is Channel 13. This is one of 12 versions of the song "It's a Good Feeling." The others some of them are 30 seconds, some of them are a minute. They're all very different, but this one is, I think, the toe tappingest of them all, and it features a few surprises, and they're shocking.
I like the few shockings.
Yeah, a few shockings.
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling to know.
It's a good feeling.
Close for number.
Feeling to know.
The shows are great, the stars so bright.
Catch that feeling every night.
It's a good feeling.
Yes, it is.
It's a good feeling to know. Channel 13. It's a good feeling to know.
Wow.
What stood out to you?
Well, I always like commercials, like those local commercials, when the people in the shows are reacting to what they're saying. Like then you'll see like Kramer will come in and be like, "That's a good feeling, Jerry," or like he'll respond to like, "That feels real good," like the Fonz will come in and respond to what they're talking about. So I love that one. I really like that one.
But the grabbing of the ass grabs.
Oh, Jack Tripper.
Janet and Chrissy.
But most stations don't attach themselves specifically to that action.
Mm-mm.
Moreover, did anybody look familiar to you?
Yes, was that Oprah?
It was. It was.
Yeah, she started off in Baltimore, or she worked in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, that is. Wow, she looks older there than she does now.
Well, that's living in Baltimore. That'll do. And the guy on her right was her husband, right?
For real?
No.
Oh.
I have no idea.
you keep fooling me. Oh, God, I'm a sucker.
You're the Maryland expert. I mean,
Yes,
your
that's
word
him.
is gospel here for us. So
Yes, she worked in Baltimore.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay.
I thought you were going to recognize everybody. Like, yep, the greatest American hero. I recognized him. All right.
I said Don Knotts. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So here's one I happened upon.
Channel 13. It's a good feeling to know.
Okay, the next one is from an insurance company. Is it Gebco? Does that sound familiar? There were 4 versions I found. 5 if you count the one that was sent in that wasn't a jingle that led me to these. But I'm going to show the one that's the toe tapper, and then I'm going to follow it up with the sexual version for Nick.
Gotta have Gebco. Do you need insurance for your car? Accidents, tickets, it doesn't matter who you are. She got the power payments at a low. Gotta walk in.
Call Gebco. Go Gebco. Go Gebco. Go Gebco. Go Gebco.
Goes racing the roof.
Go Gebco. Go Gebco.
It does sound like an outtake from the Bat Dance album by Prince.
Yes, and also very in living color.
Yeah. There's some influence there.
But this is the one that has some very poor, some questionable musical choices, but it's the most erotic commercial I've ever seen for a non-erotic product. I don't know. Maybe that was the toe tapper. I'm not sure.
Oh man!
What was the toe tapping?
Objection, Stephen L. Miles. There's a new jingle in town.
Sexual
Oh boy!
Gebko?
I think Sexy Gebko. I think Sexy Gebko did it for me.
There was a usurpation.
There's a usurpation, a
within the
personal
same
usurpation.
company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I liked both of them, but I think Sexy Gebko is my new favorite. Mike, were you familiar with Gebko? Did you?
No, in fact, I was just looking it up. I see that it's still around. Gebko Insurance. Had no idea. Never heard this. But I'm also seeing Gebko, the General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans. I think that's a different company.
That's a different Gebko.
Okay.
Completely different Gebko.
But those things are those commercials have evolved. They're just full on hardcore now. Just because that was over the last 20 years. And to answer your question in advance, Joe, you do see it going in. Okay.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Finally, Eastern Motors.
I remember Eastern.
Okay. This is one with several.
We did this for a jock sham.
Yes, and that was pointed out to me by the person who sent it in. I don't know if that's where they got the idea, but that it was Ray Lewis, LeVar Arrington.
Oh yeah, I remember this
Portis.
one.
Yep. This one gets sent the most to me for jock shammy. I played it before, but people continually send it. It's a huge favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there will be. They have a lot of different people singing this one, so you'll see little clips afterward of other versions of this.
Ford, Honda, Chevy, Beamers, and minivans, over 600 cars, trucks, SUVs. Are you listening, man? Let Eastern Motors put you in a car today. Let Eastern Motors finance it all the way.
So here's
Done with it?
Yeah, yes it is.
Yep. Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, hey!
Did Gilbert drive?
At Eastern Motors, your job, your credit. At Eastern Motors.
Okay, and that's how you play.
That
Maryland
was a
State
Washington
Jingles.
Capital player, I think.
Yes.
Ovechkin, yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
incredible.
that's just such a rich crop of jingles. for
They
what
were
it's
great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I mean, now I'm leaning towards Eastern Motors just because it's just. I mean, I feel like that's the one that's going to be stuck in my head of all of them. Like that's the toe tappingest, really.
For me, June Ree or Easterns. I mean, that's fantastic.
That's where I'm at between those two.
Don't forget the sexuality of Go Gebko.
Well, that's where my
I'm
heart
not.
is. That's my heart is with Sexy Gebko. But I have a feeling when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be like, no, you just liked it in the moment. I think. I mean, let me think about it. What do you guys think? What do you?
I'm torn.
Yeah, I'm going Junri.
I have to go June Ree too, only because I grew up with it and would say it on the playground a lot, and it's a great story. He was a great guy for the community.
I thought I was going to go that way. I'm going to go Eastern Motors instead.
Yeah,
It's just so good.
George, what are you? Where do you stand on this whole thing?
Oh, I'm going to go Gebko. Because that Go Gebko is what I did this set them up earlier, and then I was in the shower and I was going Go Gebko out of nowhere. I think that's the one that sticks. I love June Ree. I want June Ree appeals to Nick and I as bullied kids. I don't know if Nick was bullied, but he should have been.
Surprisingly, I wasn't.
He's currently
by the way,
that's part of the problem. Joe's trying to make up for my non-bullying.
Yeah, speaking of Stockholm syndrome, I think Nick was bullied. It just happened to be the guy he went into business with.
No, that's I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with Sexy Gebco because that was the one. It actually made me raise the roof, and I don't normally do that. Yeah.
So it's tied, right? 2-2-1.
Yeah. 2-2-1-1.
Yeah. So as
Oh wait,
always,
2-2-1. Yeah.
we're going to put this up to you on a vote. Go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Found Footage Festival. You don't have to be a patron. We'd appreciate your support for shows like this. But yeah, you'll have till next week, and we will announce the official state jingle based on your vote, taking our feedback, Mike's expertise as a Marylander, and let us know. We'll make a state flag for Maryland that has an image from that commercial in it.
You got to send that to me. Whoever wins, I need that. That's great.
We'll print it out so that you can hoist it in your in your front yard, in your front porch. George,
As I wave at trucks.
George, are you doing two separate Gebcos? Are you doing the sexy version and the Go Gebco, or is it just gonna be one Gebco?
I'm doing the roof raising, the non-sexy one.
Oh, so you're not including Sexy Gebco?
So you can't do two of the same company, right? Nick has the rules.
Yeah, let me check the bylaws. Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, I wrote about that.
Yeah, it's chapter 4.
Go bylaws. Go bylaws.
Well, why don't we just say Gebco, sexy, and regular old Go Gebco?
Okay.
It's lumped into one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so nice work. Thanks for joining us, Mike, with your expertise. Do you want to stick around? Do you want to stick around?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Look at some more things with us?
Yeah, we'd love to.
All right.
Let's play the closing state jingles thing, just so we have a little demarcation.
Commonwealth, state, Commonwealth, state, jingles.
Okay, let's get into some nice things right away. Let's just let's hop right. So we just got back from this big tour. Well, not big tour. It was like four nights. Buffalo, Toronto, and Detroit. And man, the Melindas came out and gave us so many nice things. Let's just show some of the things that we got handed personally. Got lots of nice shirts that I'm going to be wearing. I'm not going to show the shirts now. I'm going to just wear them in the future. But look at this, a Valley Girl fanny pack. Somebody gave us a Valley Girl.
That's incredible. I love that.
Yeah. And it's neon green. And you can tote around your things. Look at this. This is a Dynasty puzzle with Linda Evans, Rejuvenate face mask.
Never used.
Yeah, well, just it's pretty much in the shrink still. Pretty much in the shrink.
Yep.
Eyewitness Newsreel Challenge VCR game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to do at a party. Look at old newsreel footage.
News scooping fun.
Gather around, everybody. Here's a doll that is on my desk. I don't remember getting this, but thanks for that. Here's a cool hat. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, is that a bus or is that a RV or
it's a bus.
it's an Eagle. Yeah, pretty sweet. Lots of nice things. Nick, you got anything?
Yep. This was gifted to me just in time for summer. Mike, here's a nice book for you.
Oh,
it's
look at
Alf's
that.
Summer Camp Adventure. Yep. So just need a bookmark. Can't read it all in one sitting, but
sun drenched and healthy in these.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and then I'll have to read this to your daughter, Steve, to indoctrinate her. Body Flex. We've played this woman, but I didn't know it came with a cassette tape. So we got a cassette tape. That comes with this Greer Childers. We've played her before. She does the puts her tongue out breathing exercises. But this is unbelievable. This came from Chris. He was watching Saturday morning cartoons where we were watching the Alf animated series. And he goes, I heard you talking about they had a Mel Mackey and Ronald Reagan. And I said, I want an animation cell of that. He happened to have all the cells from that animation sequence. Couldn't believe it.
What are the odds of that?
Came up to our merch table wearing an Alf t-shirt and gave me this.
That's incredible.
Wow.
You guys know the best people. I'm being serious. That is amazing.
He just happened. He goes like, I couldn't believe when he said you wanted that because I had extra cells of that very sequence.
It looks like George Scarf from Pink Floyd, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It looks like, yeah. This is another brick in the wall right here.
That's amazing.
You now believe there is a God, right? Because of this. Like, if there was no God, how would this happen, right?
There has to be something bigger than all of us.
Exactly.
Yep,
That doesn't
exactly.
just happen. That doesn't
No,
just
no.
happen.
I see a Mel Mackey and Ronald Reagan cell, and I'm like, somebody up there's watching. Yes, thank you, everybody who gave us gifts. There's plenty more. We'll show them on future shows.
I want to show. So we went to when we were in Niagara Falls, right when we crossed over to Canada. We immediately went to this wax museum that Nick, you had heard that was pretty awful, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so
I always have my ear to the ground about terrible wax museums.
this one is terrible. I have some photos from.
Yeah, that is what I fell in love with on. I mean, look how miserable he looks here. It's like after he was arrested.
That was his signature posture too, right?
Look how sad he looks. Looks like one of my family members, not the king of pop. Who is this guy?
It's the house of depressed celebrities.
Lord.
Okay, so then we went into what's the Matt Damon action movie?
Born Identity.
Yeah, the Born Identity. Yeah. So that was in there. There he is, clearly, right?
Wow.
Check this
Jason
out.
Bourne himself.
How lifelike this.
It's somebody
missing a
ripped
pinky.
somebody ripped off his pinky. But
Was
it
the
gets worse.
interrogation scene.
And they wouldn't replace it. They just left it there.
Well, it
What
gets
kind of
worse,
place is
Mike.
this?
Mike,
Not well maintained.
It gets way worse. Look at the next one. So then we went into the Forrest Gump room, and Forrest Gump was headless. Swear to God. And there were two slackers working there, and they're both probably like 19 years old, 20 years old. One had a backwards hat and was carrying around a broom. And I said, "What happened to Forrest Gump's head?" And he goes, "Dude, I have no fucking idea." He said, "Fucking too." He goes, "Dude, I have no fucking idea." He goes, "It's been gone for like a month now."
And they just leave it there with the mildewed wooden plats behind it.
Joe goes, "Do you think somebody stole it?" And they're like, "Probably, dude."
Yeah.
How do you sneak that out of a wax museum?
Well, it's just the security are those two slackers, the one with the broom, and
you figure the guy who comes in with the bowling ball bag is the one who took it. You know, like,
yeah.
But that tremendous security fence didn't stop them.
Well, then after I saw that, I was like, oh, maybe I could take a head off, you know. And there were lots of heads to take, and then, but maybe we need to plan it better, Nick. Next time. Maybe we do bring the bowling bag, and we.
They had weird movies too. Like they had John Travolta and Halle Berry from the movie Swordfish. Like that was a display they had. I was like, why Swordfish? And they had Phone Booth, the Colin Farrell movie where he's in a phone booth. Like, I don't know, everyone's forgotten about that movie, but not Hollywood Wax Museum in Niagara
Just pure
Falls.
sadness. I
Oh,
love
everybody put that place on your. It's like right downtown Niagara Falls. You can't.
How
miss
much did it cost to get in?
12 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
Which is how much for American?
Probably $9.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
Like I would
Well
have paid
worth
twice that. Yeah.
yeah, well worth it. All right, there's other nice things on this trip. Met up with Alex in Toronto. We were both wearing a Coven shirt. What are the odds of that?
Great shirts. Love that.
Yeah, I had it like buttoned up, and he's like, we started talking about American movies. He's like, yeah, I'm actually wearing a Coven shirt, and I was like, I'm wearing a Coven shirt too. So we got the photo together.
You know, the older I get, the more I think about that documentary.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really haunting the older you get. I mean, I think it's a work of brilliance, really. A very American movie, but just failed hopes and dreams and going after your creative. I think it's incredible.
Well, American movie is my number one favorite movie of all time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Watch it every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, that was around you guys, right?
Yeah. Those are our people. So
Right. It's like heavy metal parking lot for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got other nice things here. Oh, this is all the tapes we got. We went to Eyesore Cinema, and we met
Probably
up with
1,000.
Adam and Morgan, and they hooked us up. This is all special interest stuff.
Incredible.
And then we crossed into the border, and we just kind of tossed our luggage on top of it because we're like, oh, they're gonna think that this is, drugs or pornography or something. And sure enough, the guy pulled us over. The first question was, my license plate says Pam Cap. Mike, it's a long story why it's called Pam Cap. But Nick, how do you? I described the reason why it's called Pam Cap to the.
Yeah, you said okay. So there's a magic video we found sponsored by Pam, the cooking spray. He's like, yeah, and and they would do all these tricks with the cap of the Pam Cap, and because that became a running gag. then
And he said PAMCAP over and over and over again.
People voted for me to have PAMCAP on my license plate, and that's why I have it. And it's a long story that you just heard. He's like, I want you to go inside there and get this form of demand.
I don't think I explained it well. Yeah, because then we had to go in and wait 25 minutes for them to dig through everything. But we were cleared.
We're cleared.
Yeah. Let's see what other nice things. We went to a vegan place, and
Wow.
I wanted to get Nick that shirt because he's vegan, but it was $50, and that's too much.
$50?
That's too much for a joke shirt.
50
yeah.
Canadian?
No, U.S.
Oh,
Detroit. Yeah.
It's a lovely shirt, though.
It is
Absolutely
really nice.
gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah.
you tuck it into some khakis. It's gonna look
Jean
great.
shorts in summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing is I saw a porta potty there that didn't have a clever name. Normally they have clever names.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And I've showed a bunch. We've had Melinda send me in photos of cleverly named porta potties. Nick, for my birthday this year, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
I want you to call Reliable On-Site Services, and I'm going to have a list of better names.
PAMCAP.
Pitch to them. Yes, Pam, or like Dump and Run, or Dump and Pump, or something like that. But I'm going to have a list of names that you can pitch to them to see if they'll change their name from boring old Reliable On-Site Services to something fun. You know? Yeah.
It's funny. I just posted on Instagram one I took called Noah's Ark.
Oh, it was really? It's a
Noah's Ark.
You're being for real now.
Yeah, this is for real.
Okay.
Yeah. And the joke I put on there was 2x2.
Yes. The Noah's Ark makes sense. Yeah.
That's
You
good.
move everything. Yeah.
All right. So that's it for my nice things from our trip.
Hell of a lot of nice things. Thanks to everybody once again. Now, before that, though, do you have any of those nail fungal songs that people have been sending in?
I do.
Wrap
You
up?
want to hear some? Do we have time? Do you want to do it now? I can save it for next week.
Yeah, let's save it for next week. I think we're about at time.
Well, I don't know. It'll take 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that and then call it a night.
I want Mike to hear these because, Mike, maybe you can come up with your own version of a song.
Oh, I would love that.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah.
So Reese from Australia sent a video called what's it called? Nail fungal and its consequences, nail fungus and its consequences, or something like that. And it starts off with a real catchy song, but it doesn't have any lyrics. And so here's how the song goes. First of all.
Is this the wax museum again?
Where's Coom's head?
It looks like those ancient people found in bogs. It's like from 5,000 years
Linda
ago.
Man. Yeah. So I asked Melinda's to write lyrics for that music, and we had a few last week. We have 3 more this week. Mike, I don't know what your music level is, if you're much of a musician, but if you have an idea for some lyrics, maybe we'll come back to you and you can sing them at the end.
Well, not now, but I would love to co-write something with my friend Ted Travelstead, who's a genius at this.
Yeah.
And he's written lyrics for a lot of animated TV shows, and I think he would knock this out of the park.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll send this to both of you.
Yeah,
after
please.
this. So here's OD's rendition of Fungal Nail Infection for the song contest. Here we go.
Toe tapping to this song. Won't be doing this for long because the fungus makes my toes itchy.
I like that itchy was way louder than everything. Nick, I think that's a reference to one of those the raps. Do you remember the rap that that one rap where he's like the old BO? You remember that one?
Yeah, from the health video we found. Yeah.
I think it had that same cadence as that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to me it sounded like a Shatner kind of.
Oh, maybe that was it.
But yeah, no, I think you might be right.
Here's Judah's rendition.
Fungal nail treatment is here. It'll brighten up your year. Onychomycosis treated till the coast is clear.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That is great.
He ended with the guys with the little red dicks too. It was very faint under there, but you could hear it, guys with the little red dicks. Bob from Hull, he did a second one. He did one last week, and here's our final one for tonight.
Got a fungal nail infection, babe. Wanna be a fun gal now tonight with all the sexy times and consequences. Yeah, baby.
There it is.
Mon Calamari Cruiser, yeah.
Yeah. He made the Mon Calamari Cruiser reference last week. So
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
some good stuff. Talented Melindas. If you want to sing one, send it in to me, info@foundfootagefest.com. And enter the contest.
Excited to see yours and
Oh
Ted's.
my God, this is something we just dream about. We do this on our own anyway, so this will be perfect.
Oh, perfect. I'll send it to you. All right, announcements to make. Let's see. VHS of the Month Club is going out tomorrow. If you haven't signed up for that, sign up for it now. We send you one of our doubles. We don't send you the stuff that we have one of. We send you some of our doubles, and you get the good stuff. But you know what I'm going to start doing? Nick, you had, where is it? It's your VHS rewinders that are cars. There was one that's like a Corvette that I want to give away those because you have way too many and they're starting to stack up. But I'm going to give away one, so everybody's getting a VHS tape, but one person will get a VHS tape rewinder from Nick's collection.
The shape of a car.
In the
Okay.
shape of a car.
You have a few more chances to see us on the road. We're in Nashville this Thursday. I'm excited. We haven't been back to Nashville for a while.
I know, City Winery. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
And then we're in Kansas City the next night, Petersburg, Illinois, at a viewers venue. I'm excited about that one. And then this is a suburb of St. Louis on Sunday. That's going to be fun. Oh, I happen to know there's a great Terrible Wax Museum at the base of the St. Louis Arch. It's like right there by the Spaghetti Factory.
We're going.
We're
going to steal so many heads. Bring your bowling bag.
Yeah. Mike, you may appreciate this. We just got booked at a WFMU venue at Jersey City. So we're going to.
Yeah, I just noticed that. It's fantastic.
we're
I'll try to
doing-
make that.
Monty Hall there as a benefit for FMU, and then Louisville and Indianapolis, and we're going to be doing summer things in Philadelphia. So anyway, a few more chances to see us on the road before we sort of go on a little bit of a hiatus. So please do so. Shows are selling out.
All right. Oh, one last thing. So we have T-shirts that are hard to explain, right? And we just made the T-shirt that's the hardest to explain. Okay, so let me just first play Rock's Winning Workout Without Weights. It's based on this video.
This is Rock's Winning Workout Without Weights, and it's a beginning exercise program, and my friend Czar is going to be the demonstrator, and we're going to go through this exercise routine, and you can follow along with this exercise routine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have my friend...
Okay, so this is a homemade exercise video, and I've always loved his little stomach sweat that builds up there as the video goes along. So in our T-shirts, it's on our website, store.foundfootagefest.com. We now have Rock's Winning Workout Without Weights. Here, Nick, can you put me up, or Steve, can you put me up big here? We have Rock's Winning Workout Without Weights T-shirts
tank
with
tops?
the sweat stain on it. You
I
can,
love that.
That comes with the sweat stain.
Oh my God, that's
So,
incredible.
yes, it is. Yeah, it's a T-shirt that's hard to explain. So now I talked to Tommy, our graphic designer, and he's going to remove that white, so it's going to be even more subtle. So it's on the website now. Nick, can you pull it up on the website, see if it's up there?
Sure, yeah.
But take a look. Like, what do you think? Like Rorschach test wise, what
Fred
do you think?
Flintstone.
Yeah.
That's good.
See, I say the Fandango logo.
That's what I was thinking. It was
Fandango.
I just have a monkey wrench, just
So he's the one who's in charge of exercise, and his friend who looks amazing is just his assistant.
Yeah, it's
Czar.
Czar. Yeah. And Czar's a friend of the show too. We had him on a couple months ago. So yeah.
We don't just have authors, Mike. It's also Czar.
This is incredible. I got to order one. This is amazing.
Yeah. We hope to sell maybe 2 or 3 of these.
Well, Nick, that's what I was going to ask you. So Labor Day, I'm putting Labor Day.
This looks like the kind of guy who'd wear a Paper
Sure.
specific. Yeah.
So Nick, let's set a date in calendar. Set a date in the set a date to by Labor Day. How many shirts will we sell of this? What do you set the over under at?
5.
6.
5. Okay.
No
so
way. Are you
You
kidding?
think we're going higher than that?
Yeah.
you
I'd
bet
say
on the over. So Nick's
15 to
Nick's-
20.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So you're betting on the over.
All right. Well,
Exactly 2.
I
You
mean,
need to
think
hang,
it's
if you
6 on
buy
the
it though,
nose.
you need this kind of hanger, like a ballet kind of hanger for it.
Professional dancer hanger.
Yes, exactly. You wear a dance belt under it.
That's right.
Okay, so that's probably our hardest T-shirt to explain.
I love our dumb merch. God,
it
we're
comes
not good businessmen.
So
All
good.
right. And then we're watching Mad Balls with Caitlin. That's the cartoon based on the grotesque balls from the 80s. Where here's the mug that says "Good to the last slurp." So we're gonna be watching the Mad Balls cartoon with Caitlin this Saturday.
One more
And-
thing, EP
yeah.
mode Thursday night, $10 and up patrons. We're going to be watching the segments from the Chevy Chase show with Michael Streeter. He's
Oh.
an expert. Have you seen it before, Mike? Have
Well,
you
it's on those tapes I gave you. I have the first one, the entirety with Goldie Hawn on there.
Oh, that's the best one, or the worst
You
one.
guys got to transfer this over.
I got to digitize them. I know. Yeah, I have the tapes right at my desk. I watched a few of them, but yeah, we got to digitize them.
Oh,
Mike, and this is. Let's just do another plug for Mike's incredible book,
thanks.
which is just out now. Which you can get. Where would you prefer people get this? I know it's on Amazon, but
You can get it anywhere. I got the same $4 from anywhere, but yeah, it's out now, and it has a lot of extra interview excerpts that were not in the first version, which came out in 2009. So about 100 extra pages.
Oh, really? Okay, so this is like a new edition then.
It's like the director's cut.
Okay. Nice. I had that book and I tore through it. So, yeah.
or some of the interview, like just name a few. I mean, there's obviously like 21 of these in here, but like.
Well, David Sedaris, and I interviewed him, I guess, in 2008. That's where we became friends for that. And Meryl Marco, and a lot of older writers too. Irv Brecker, who writes for the
Harold
Marx Brothers.
Ramis, I see. It was
Well,
in...
the thing is, too, a lot of people that I interviewed, including Harold Ramis, Larry Gelbart, passed away not long after I interviewed them. So it really is sort of a bridge to another time. And for a lot of people who are comedy fans now, they're very young, if even alive, when this first came out. And these are people that they're fans of, but maybe never read an interview with. So just to be able to talk to Harold Ramis, to pick his brain, and Larry Gelbart, who wrote for Your Show of Shows, and Bob Hope, and created MASH and wrote Tootsie, was really an honor.
My favorite one in the first edition, I haven't picked up the new one, but in the first one was Todd Hansen from The Onion, which he's a guy that nobody interviews, and he has a brilliant mind. And
Incredible.
So, yeah,
Well,
and there aren't a lot of Todd Hansen interviews out there, but
no, and it's a lot about the beginning years of The Onion, where he was working as a dishwasher, being paid maybe $3 to $5 for a headline. So these were people in it for all the right reasons. Just a brilliant crew.
Yeah.
And Mike, you went with a drawing for your author photo, but I was really hoping you'd go with you and John Hamm from your audiobook recording, which I believe we've shown this before, but this is
It's me on the left.
okay, that's
the world's most handsome man is on the right. The man who slithered forth from a Northern Virginia swamp. That's me right there.
Lindau man. Right.
Now, the sad thing is, honest to God, I was trying to look good. I mean, I dressed up, I did my hair, and I thought I looked so cool standing there, and I looked like
just had to get this in every appearance. We got to show that.
We have
I
segment,
use it all the time.
Okay, all right.
We have a segment called Plunkets too, so we'll add that to the Plunkets.
Oh, please.
Yeah. I think you should just go with this one from now on. Just
the Urine Man.
Yeah, just go with him. Just go with his picture.
He just looks fabulous there.
Yeah, he really does.
All right, let's get out of here, and we're gonna go out on what, George?
This is a runner-up jingle. This was just a commercial for a dance show in the Baltimore area. But there's a lot of talking over it, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, until next week. We'll be right back right after that.
And here's the thing. If we had been prepared, we could have done better. Steve?
Please check out Rave Sensation on YouTube. My nose isn't fully up anymore.
I'm very horny, and I'm looking for some good cyber sex.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Vegetarian pussy.
Hello, I'm Harold Anthony, and Shakedown is asking the musical question. It's 11:30 Saturday night. You know where your feet are? Rock with us to new hits by Mildred Scott, Diana Ross, and Wham! Plus, get on the right track with the Great Train Robbery Band. We'll also drop in on the party people at Odell's and groove to Willie B's Silver Bullet Big Hit. Join me and some of Baltimore's hottest dancers on Shakedown in full stereo Saturday night at 11:30 on Channel 13.
When we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
In 8.
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel.
Have a good day.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that.
Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polstad, the real great guy.
Thank you very much for being here, and God bless you very much.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.